met Amanda first at the Together Trust in Cheadle Hulme to find out more about voluntary work. So I'm looking to find out more about the services that are offered and what I can volunteer for.
Hi Natasha, you're right. I'm going to take you for a walk around because this is one of our services and it's for young people under the age of 30 who have profound needs, learning disability. But it'll be a chance as well for you to sort of like have a look at the kinds of resources that we have. What we actually did was apply for some funding to make this space as inclusive as possible and allow opportunities for people to get involved in catering.
What volunteering opportunities would there be within this kitchen?
It'd be quite diverse, the roles really. Sometimes it might be just, in terms of assisting their particular service user to get the most from the activity. And then other times it might be that they're actually dealing with a situation where, order hasn't come in or something like that and making sure that information's passed on. I suppose the ethos of the trust is to make sure that the service users are included at every point.
Yes.
And volunteers are really important to that. Everybody needs different levels of support and quite often service users have really good relationships with volunteers because they're not paid staff and they see them slightly differently. I'm just going to take you into the sensory room now because one of the things that's been really, really important to the Trust is our ability through the fundraising team to actually secure voluntary income. Again, when we actually set this up, what we wanted to do was to make sure that the service users owned it. So when we were looking with the voluntary fundraisers about what we wanted, the point of view of the service users were very high on our agenda to make sure that it was a functional room. I think the beauty of the volunteer roles is that for young people, we give them an opportunity to build some experience, make sure they've got the right types of support and the right opportunity in terms of training and all those things that then can lead to a career pathway.
Yeah.
We welcome volunteers of any age, but for some of the older volunteers, they may sort of be thinking, well, I want a career change, I want to do something that's meaningful.
One of the reasons I volunteered was I've worked in an office for 30 years and I decided I didn't like that anymore, I wanted to do something else, but it was really difficult for me to know what it was I wanted to do. So the fact that I can volunteer and spend a whole day, become part of the family, I'm completely accepted now. It's really nice when I come here to see the service users. They're pleased to see me, I'm pleased to see them. It gives me a good sense of purpose and enjoyment.
How would it differ if a person was to say volunteer for 2 weeks intensively and then just quit completely in comparison to someone who was volunteering, say on a weekly basis for a year?
When I first came in, people didn't really know me. The relationships with them were different. It was much more difficult for me to understand how I could interact with them. It's very difficult for me to understand what they can and can't do. But it's nice to get over that initial stage and move on to having a proper relationship with people where you become friends.
The services have developed so much because we provide very specialist services to individuals. So in terms of the actual funding that came for this, there was a new plinth bought, a new hoist, all the flooring, and it was all funded through voluntary income. Some of the volunteers have taken a lead role in introducing IT to specific individuals. And I suppose really that's one of the messages that we'd like to get across is the fact that the relationships that volunteers have with the children, young people and service users that we have is really important. As long as there's been regular contact over a period of time, then the benefits the service users get and the children get from the volunteers is massive. So obviously I've told you a bit about being a volunteer and you've had an opportunity to speak to Andy and what have you. I mean, what do you think about, what you've seen, what you've heard?
I think it's really good because from what you've said and what Andy's said, it's really clear that it's like a community, almost like a family, and that volunteers do feel very valued for what they do.
I think if you want any further information, if you go to our website, which is togethertrust.org.uk, see what you think, get in touch with us, and obviously we'll sort it out from there. It's really lovely to meet you. I'll see you out. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.